Hey everyone, welcome to yet another expert talk series today. And we have Udesh here, and Udesh is one awesome person. So, Udesh, I will let you to introduce yourself. Go on.
Oh, well, you have given me the task, the Himalayan task, maybe. So, talking about me, my name is Udayakumar. I'm pursuing my final year of computer science and engineering at Muthoot Institute of Technology and Science at Kochi. So, as you see, my real passion is about cloud technology and how like learning new things has always been my hobby because I always like gaining some knowledge. So that was how I started learning about cloud technology, and really Google Cloud took me to this place where I am today. So I've apart from my college, I'm a basketball player representing college team.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
Me
pretty
too.
much about me.
So, how did you get into this, like Google Cloud platform and other things?
Yeah, that was to talk about that. It's pretty much like a story. So it didn't start previously like a month or two. When I think about all these events that had happened in the past, um, the story should go back to 2017.
Wow.
So so the time when I finished my school and I was preparing for college, so that was when I thought about going for engineering. So randomly, I was I was exploring all the options, all the colleges, like how to get in, what is a good college, what would be the good stream. But
True.
as I was, in fact, most interested in computer science, and since I found computer to be much more easier in my school days, so I thought
Okay.
maybe I'll go for computer. So that was when I was exploring colleges that were offering me computer science engineering courses, and that's how I found a college. In fact, a university, a deemed to be university in Bangalore, which uh, I mean, I don't want to say the name now, but that was how everything started. So I was exploring all those options, and I suddenly found out that they are giving an exam, they are accepting admission. So I applied for it, and the exam was scheduled in Kochi. So I had to go all the way from Trivandrum to Kochi to give the exam, and I gave the exam, and I felt pretty much confident that I would clear it.
Nice.
So so once around 2 weeks later, I got the results, and they were saying that okay, so they're what I got shortlisted, and they're ready to accept me as their student. So I was exploring the options,
Nice.
and like the usual procedure, the usual onboarding procedure that we go to a college. So I was inquiring about the hostel. Anyway, I have to stay at the
Mhm.
hostel because we can't really go every day. So I was talking about them. I was inquiring about the hostel, about the campus, and it seemed fine until they mentioned me about the food, because I'm a non-veg foodie. I know you're a veg, but
I'm a
I'm a
vegetarian,
non-veg
yeah.
foodie. Yeah, I'm a non-veg foodie, and I don't much compromise much for non-veg food, and that was why I said no to that offer. So, in fact, I said no, and that was how I discovered cloud technology. But I haven't really heard about the word cloud technology beforehand. That was the first time I was hearing cloud technology. So I was looking at the brochures, and I was going through the streams, and I found computer science engineering with specialization in cloud technology. So I thought, okay, this is interesting, and that was how I conveyed my parents about it, and that was how I decided. But later, when knowing that the food is simply vegetarian, I thought, okay, this portion is not for me. This is
Wow,
not
what
meant for
what
me.
kind of a college is that, man? I would love to study there.
Well, I guess you might know that if I say the name. So apart from that, later I got enrolled to Muthoot Institute of Technology and Science, where I study now, and uh, and I didn't actually think about cloud technology once I started my college. I totally forgot about that. So it was during this March when the colleges closed due to the lockdowns, and we were forcefully sent to home because of the protective measures, as you know. So we like I was in the initial stages. I was like a usual wasting time on Instagram, like just exploring Instagram, using it like 4 or 5 hours a day, and I really never used LinkedIn as much. So that was the time which really started to change me a lot, and that was the time when Coursera had opened up their free college programs. Like they were offering courses for students at college, where they'll be able to enroll into courses and they can learn and earn certificates. It sounded interesting to me, and I must mention that my mentor and my faculty, Mahalingam PR, is also my mentor. So he was the person who pushed me through this, and he told me to enroll for Coursera, and I enrolled for it. So when I saw Google Cloud, that was the first time I'm seeing Google Cloud. I haven't actually heard about Google Cloud also before that. So that was when I saw about Google Cloud, and I found it, okay, so this thing is by Google. So this is something much more important.
Cool.
So I just like I didn't know, I didn't have a base on cloud technology, but I enrolled for Google Cloud course. So once after that, I just simply started going on, and it really got me. Like it, Google Cloud just pulled me into it, and I was like drowning inside, and I was not able to get up. So I just drowned myself fully into Google Cloud, and I wanted to influence other people. Like when I talk about others, I always try to put Google Cloud into it. So it really changed me, and that was how I got obsessed with, in fact, obsessed with Google Cloud. And at last, I was able to get certifications, and my journey is continuing. That is how this has gone so far.
Nice. That's a cool story, man. Cool. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
nice. So, yeah, you said that you are also a GCP ACE certified person. Do you want to share us with your experience on GCP ACE certification?
Yeah, definitely. Like Google Cloud, GCPA stands for Google Cloud Certified Associate Cloud Engineer. So this is the basic fundamental certification that every cloud engineer should have. So this is more like a broader way rather than deeper.
So can
So
everyone take up the course, like take up the certification? Is there any kind of prerequisites?
yeah, like as mentioned by Google, they always recommend 6 months hands-on experience, but that's just for a even a smoother process for completing the exam, because the exam is actually very tough.
Okay.
In fact, the toughest of all those basic certifications, I
Okay.
should say. So it's like 50 questions you will have, and you'll have 2 hours. So you will definitely know how much hard it would be.
Got it. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So the exam was actually pretty much about how you can come to all those solutions, how you can choose the products, because you have to have apply all those principles that would give you the optimal solution, because everything in computer is all about optimization. So you have to see how much how much effectively you are able to come up with a solution that aligns with the particular requirement of the business person or the stakeholder. So cloud engineer certification is all about all those services. You will need to have knowledge about all those services and all those components provided in the Google Cloud platform. So you don't need to go much deeper into it, but you need to know about all the services. So once you cross that, you will have other certifications as well, but this is the base of all those which are going to build up. But many people are taking professional cloud architect exams because they are good with architectures. So they even they, some of them even fail in associate cloud engineering, because this is much more broader. So it goes wide and it covers a lot of areas, but when you come to architecture, like cloud architect, it goes deeper into a specific point and it does not cover entire point. So that was the difference between cloud architect exam and cloud associate cloud engineer exam. So this exam was pretty much for me. It was like I gave the exam on 28th November, no, 28th October, and the result was given to me by 4th of November. So
Okay.
it takes some time for Google to verify it. So I'm happy to say that I'm one among the 7,200 or 300 engineers among the
Cool.
like on the world.
Nice.
So and also I guess I'm the first student in Kerala to be certified also. And
And moreover, I guess
talking.
it's you're the first person in the whole South India as well, right?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I mean, I have seen people in Tamil Nadu, like the students of my same age in Tamil Nadu, have completed the certification in the earlier stage of this year. So
Okay.
mostly this year was the witness for associate cloud engineering, really in uh, the college, because Google Cloud just introduced their Google Career Readiness program to all those colleges to prepare them for Google Cloud, and they also gave them voucher to attend the Google Cloud certification exam for once. So that was how I got to know about Google Cloud, and then I like as you saw my LinkedIn post, which I mentioned, like that was how I pushed my mentor into Google Cloud, and he also started going to he started enrolling courses on Google Cloud, and he also started completing, and he also got into it. He is already an expert in AWS, but he now also got into GCP as well.
I did
So
see the discussion between you and him, and
yeah,
the professor was like, "You have kind of like given the tit for tat. You taught me all these things. Now you come and compete with me." And he was also happy
yeah,
to do that. That was so
yeah.
sportive.
Yeah, in fact, I must be thankful to my parents who got enrolled me into this college because it was a struggle in the initial stages taking the admission. But
Definitely.
yes, this really laid my foundation to where I am today, where from nothing to just a bit of something.
Got it.
Hope this is my start. But again, talking about my GCP experience, the cloud readiness program just got into our college, and I was so excited and enthusiastic. So I wanted to complete that program. So this was like they will be providing you some Google Cloud courses, which you will have to finish under their program on Coursera. So I was actually trying to enroll, but I was not getting enrolled because I had previously completed that as part of my college program on Coursera. So I was really not able to enroll into courses because I had completed it.
Got it.
And then my mentor, of course, my faculty, he contacted Google's facilitator who really introduced the program to our college, the employee of Google. So after having some long discussions and having some frequent mails, he said, "Okay, we'll send him a voucher of 50%," and that was how I got the voucher for my exam.
Awesome.
Even though I wasn't really much confident about how much knowledge I have, because I was always nervous because I never think myself as knowing something because I always underestimate myself. Not really underestimating, but like to reach to a higher stage, I will always keep my profile low. So I'll
This
think,
this happens with everyone, I believe. Like as I mean, like
yeah,
yeah, I've seen a lot of people, including me. I am much scared when it comes to like if you wanna say something immediately, something like yeah. So you're not alone. A lot of people who are watching this, they will also feel insecure about going forward. But yes,
yeah.
that's there.
Yes, so exactly. Like that was how I felt. I felt really insecure because I don't know how I should face because the price for the exam is $125 outside India, and for inside India it's $75. You know how much costly it is. Though after having the voucher, my discounted rate was $44.5.
Good.
So paying $44.5 was really my concern, and not Google Cloud. So I was thinking like, what happens if I fail? I never thought about what would happen if I pass. I just thought about what if I fail, and I was really nervous, and that was really, but that was the reason why I took the drive to like how to prepare for the exam. So I went through an extensive preparation, which I will discuss with you, and after that, my exam was scheduled on November 20th because my voucher code expired on November 29th.
Ah,
I mean October 29th. So I tried to schedule my exam on 29th, but that day was full, so I had to skip to the previous day at 28th. So it went pretty much normal. It took me around 23 days to prepare for the entire exam. It depends on people on how much time it would take them to prepare for the exam. So it took me around 23 days on my calculation, and I was like pretty much what I didn't sleep the previous day, honestly,
yeah.
because I was nervous
Excited.
to get this. It was kind of a mixed feeling. So I didn't really sleep. I just slept for around 4 or 5 hours
Hmm.
the previous day, and I was actually going through all those resources that I had gone through in the previous month. So and what yeah and then it was time for my exams. It happened by morning. So it's like, since it's online proctored, they're using another software which is called Criterion. So this is an exam software where they will be providing you questions, and Criterion will only show you the result as pass or fail. So still, the cutoff mark for Google Cloud exams are still not known to anybody, like to the public. So I don't know how much I should score, or like even if we go for Azure exams, they have a cutoff of 700, and if you go for AWS, you have 750 out of 1,000. But Google Cloud have not revealed anything about it, so I was that in fact that increased my pressure. So, but like again, my mentor gave me all those times like, you can do it. You just prepared for it. You gave your best. Now it's time to give your best shot. So I I went and I gave my best shot. So it was like, they'll proctor you. So you should not have anything besides you, just your table, the chair which you're sitting, and your laptop which you're using. And you will have to show your entire room. You have to scan your entire room through the webcam live, and there will be a proctor who will be giving you all those instructions. So once you scan your room, and then you have to scan the bottom of your table. You have to they will make sure that nobody is there in the room except you. And finally, to have nothing on the screen, you'll have also have to show that your laptop screen to a mirror so that they can see the screen. And you also have to place all your your gadgets like mobiles to a distant place, and you have to show them where you have kept them. So it is pretty much locked. If you're trying to copy, you can't copy. And in fact, that is very much effective because only the deserved gets the result. So that was how it will how the process goes. And then they will start the exam. Once they release the exam, it will go to a full screen where you won't be able to exit. So if you are going out, you have to exit the exam, so which is practically impossible. So you'll have
True.
50 questions,
Yeah.
and you'll have MCQs. Most would be MCQs, and some might be multiple selects also.
Okay.
So
Negative
it will
marking.
be like, no.
Okay.
But again, you don't know how much marks you will get. You'll
Okay.
only see, you'll only know either
Whether
you
you are
passed
passed or
or
not.
failed.
Yes.
Yeah. So after that, I just gave my exam. So each question, I'm not like I'm not able to discuss those questions.
Okay.
But like they will give you a scenario. That's the confidentiality policy, because
Okay.
nobody should release those questions. So it's like they will give you a scenario where you have to use your certain you have to use your logic, and you have to use your analytical ability to come up with the solution which is the
Okay.
best. So there would be choices where you have to choose from two options which might sound best to you. Again, that is where you have to apply the best recommended practices. So I gave my best shot, and once after I, it took me around 100 minutes. In fact, I was keeping my eyes on the timer, and around after 100 minutes, I was able to answer all those 50 questions. It really took some time to understand the question, to analyze the question, and that's how I really took the in fact that was how I really attempted the exam. And after that I still had 20 minutes, and that was when I just went through the questions, 50 questions, reviewing all those questions, and it took me around 10 to 12 minutes again before I clicked submit. And well, during the moment I was about to click submit, my hands were really shivering, because like the pressure just skyrocketed, because to know whether you pass or fail, and this is your first attempt, and you are also not confident. So I just really gave submit, and suddenly I thought the result was going to pop up, and suddenly it just popped up, survey, to fill the survey. And I was like, oh my god, again. So another 5 minutes to fill the survey. And then after filling the survey, and the result just showed pass in simple font, just pass. And I was on cloud nine. Honestly, I was on cloud nine, because I just jumped out of my chair, and I was like, yes, I made it. And again, at
But
that
yeah,
time, even at
unfortunately, Cloud9 was bought by Amazon.
yeah,
Okay, go on, go on. I was just pulling your leg.
yeah, yeah. I know. So even at that time, the camera was still on, and they were still proctoring. So they were actually watching me jumping and saying yes and doing all those actions. And after that, I just took the photo of it as I post on my LinkedIn, and that was how I really got my reach into cloud, like on LinkedIn. That was how I grew. The kickstart for my growth was that moment. And of course, then I just waited for a few days, like around 6 days. After 6 days, the results came on November 4th. I got the certificate as the Google Cloud Certified Associate Cloud Engineer. So while I got certified at that time, I was under the 7,000 people, because less than 7,000 people were certified at that time. And also plan to go for a professional cloud architect exam, which is the next step of the cloud certification. So that was my, my experience with Google Cloud Associate Cloud Engineer exam.
That was cool, man. That was one of the nice stories. Like you have got a nice storytelling ability as well.
Thank you.
This is really good and cool. Okay, so what kind of so preparation wise, do you have anything to share? Like just 23 days of hard work, and is there anything else, any tips that you are going to give us for
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
want to go for
Yeah,
fast?
of course, definitely, because it really is not an easy exam. Like if you try for Azure, I would say that is, you can't compare, because it's something which you wouldn't expect. You have to use your lot of, you have to put your brains into it. You have to put your brains into work. You have to really work hard to
Agreed.
for an easy for an easy exam. So even though I did all this hard work, I was still not confident. So it happens for everyone, and it depends on how much you work. So what you have to do is you have to what I'll share my strategy, how I followed the certification path. The preparation to my exam. So that was like I would I mean yeah, I just planned initially. I planned for 30 days actually, and yeah. my planned schedule was like, okay, I'll prepare for 30 days and then I'll decide on when to schedule the exam.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I had to start early because, as you know, the voucher date expired earlier, so I
Yeah.
just had exactly 30 days to start.
Okay.
So I scheduled the exam and then I started. And the best resource I can give you is Dan Sullivan's official Associate Cloud Engineer study guide, which is around 500 or 600 pages. And it gives you all the insights about the certification, like all the insights about GCP and how you can use GCP in all those ways. It mentions all about the recommended practices. It mentions about all those, the correct components which you have to do. I mean, you have to select for building an optimal solution, and it also has, it's divided into some several chapters where each chapter will be discussing about a certain topic, and in the end of the chapter you will also have some practice questions which you can practice. But I would say that practice question is not really what you expect on the real exam. It's pretty much it's a whole new game when you compare the practice questions in answer living and the real exam, because you need to apply some more, because the questions on Dan Sullivan's study guide is pretty much simple once you go through the chapters in the study guide. And apart from the study guide, you have to you can go through Coursera, of course.
Okay.
Google is providing you all those video lectures and all those lessons, and you'll get while you see those videos, you'll visually understand what that is all about. And Dan Sullivan is, of course, very much deeper and it's more elaborate, and you will be able to get a deeper insight on all those services or all those components. In fact, I found it very much difficult to learn Dan Sullivan at once when I in the initial stage when I thought. But once I started the process, it felt very easy by understanding each thing. Like we can relate to each other. Like almost everything is cloud, so you can just learn and relate these components. You will be having databases, so databases will have several components which you can relate to each other, and each will have some certain properties. So that was how I really devised my strategy to, you know, to prepare for the exam. And every day I started to devote around 2 to 3 hours a day every day, and I started going through Dancer Living, and it took me around 10 to 12 days to finish the entire book.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then I started revising through the book until I got confident, though, and was able to do all those practice questions. And there are around 20 or 22 practice questions every chapter. So I try to do it all by my alone, and I will see how much score I can get. And I, in the start, when I finished each chapter and when I went through, it almost took me around, around, I scored around 17 or 18. Some chapters I scored around 14 or 15. So I stressed more on that. And in the end, before the exam, I just went through all those practice questions all at once. So answering all those questions, like it was nearly 20 chapters, and I had to face around 400 questions I had to revise just before the exam. And
Wow.
it it took me a lot of time, around 3 or 4 hours, to answer the question as well as to see how much I scored. And it pretty much felt almost the same. So again, then I went back to the exam, and that was how you can also, like, it depends on how the rate of learning, like the how much you can learn. The rate of learning also depends on how much you need to prepare, and how much knowledge you already have will also determine your speed. So Google Cloud's Dan Sullivan, then the of course the documentation by Google Cloud is one of the best resources you can see. So yeah, I actually used it as a reference, and it can also be used in fact
As a
for
guide.
the cases. Yeah, Of course, not only as a guide, even as a reference also. So, for example, when you're stuck with any um, examples, or when you're stuck with any concepts, you can go to the documentation and you can see how it is used. So then you will know the working. So that is how you have to use.
Udesh, there are a couple of questions on the chat right away, and they seem to be
Okay.
very much in line with what you're talking right now. Shall we take up those questions? Just two questions.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
So Pooja Vyas is asking, I have recently started my cloud journey and enrolled in the Architecting with Google Cloud course on Coursera. Could you please tell us how and from where one can prepare for the exams other than studying from these courses? And also, can you get the link for the guide if that is available? And will you be able to share?
Yeah, like the Coursera courses are just the basic, the foundations or the fundamentals, where you can see all those. Like you will get a visual picture of what Google Cloud is through all those courses, but that only covers the brief portion of the content which you are going to appear. For exam, it is very much elaborate. It is very vast. So Coursera courses are just one among the resources which you can use. And as I mentioned, Dan Sullivan, it's the best resource I have come across so far. And once you go through Dan Sullivan, actually, Dan Sullivan is a book which you can purchase on Amazon. It's available online. So, I mean, you can search on Amazon or any other, like any other book publishing websites, and you will see the study guide by Dan Sullivan. Actually, in fact, it's the best resource I have come across so far.
Cool.
So that is really recommended. In fact, most of the cloud experts also recommend that book.
Nice.
So that is the best resource I would recommend you. And then again, having not just having the theoretical knowledge will only help you. You have to have the practical knowledge. So to acquire those practical knowledge, you can visit Quick Labs, which is actually a hands-on platform which will provide you with all those, which will provide you with all those resources which you can get a hands-on experience. So they will give you some certain task with some certain instructions, and you will know how you can do or perform that certain
Cool.
task.
And
So yeah.
yeah, is there any link available for that by any chance?
Well, I think we have to search on Amazon Books.
Okay, okay, okay. If it is like something that needs to be bought, then fine. Yes, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
give the
yeah.
yeah, Amazon links or something might help. And there's another question: which cloud platform
Yeah.
is good to go with, AWS or GCP or Azure? This has been one of the major questions whenever I talk about cloud. So I don't want to
Yes,
say
yes.
anything on it. I'll just give it over to you.
Okay. Again, you have given me another Himalayan task. But I would definitely recommend Google Cloud. But it depends. So it depends on your passion also. So how you want to learn, and considering all those, these three are the market leaders, in fact, of cloud.
Yeah,
So we can't deny that fact. So Azure is having certain features. I mean, that stands out from the rest of the crowd,
yeah.
and AWS also has certain features that stands them as something exceptional from the crowd. Also, same for the Google Cloud also. So I just started from Google Cloud, and I would only recommend. I mean, I would recommend everybody to start with Google Cloud, because I started and I know how it has brought me from nothing.
Got it.
So that gave me a boost to my confidence. Not only a boost to my confidence, it really helped me in growing my knowledge as well. So
Okay.
I would recommend Google Cloud, but there are many people who are starting with AWS, which is comparatively easy. So documentations are in fact very much good. I mean, they are very elaborate, and they'll definitely help any beginners. And many people start to learn AWS in the previously, like even second years and first years also start trying to learn all these cloud platforms. And I would recommend Google Cloud, but it depends on you on how you can choose the platforms, like whether you want AWS or GCP or Azure. It depends.
That's a cool answer. Yeah, you again gave the thing on us, but yes, that's nice. Yeah, continue.
Yeah,
I guess there are not many other questions. Let me quickly check. Yeah, that's it. Uh, and one question again, sorry. I see most of the
yeah.
job openings are on AWS. Is it better to go with? Controversial question, but yeah, I'll leave it to you.
Like it's actually not controversial. Like
No, no, no. I'm saying
even
like
if
you
you,
came here to
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
GCP and
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I like most of the companies because AWS got established at a earlier stage. So most companies also it's much cheaper than other cloud service providers. They provide much cheaper services. So usually companies opt AWS as their cloud platform. Um, but Google Cloud is a growing platform, which is actually the most largest growing cloud. Like AWS has the market leaders, which is they are having shares around 42%, and while
Mhm.
GCP is only having around 7. So there is a difference, but and as you can see, this is the visible evidence that you can see from the question. So AWS is the market leader, having 42% of the market shares.
Got it.
So that is why most of the companies also do opt for AWS. So starting with the AWS is not an issue. You definitely can start, but like having knowledge on multiple cloud platforms will definitely be an advantage. I would never say no, but I would always encourage people to learn cloud and in fact learn cloud, but try to be adaptive because not every time, not every company just adapts to a certain platform. They might change.
Got it.
So you have to be adaptable.
Yeah, that's a nice way of telling things. Yes, thank you. And yeah, Pooja says GCP is the best, so you have got a support. Cool, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been talking a lot about these things. So should we also look into how this like a kind of like I'm not sure whether you can do a small demo of it. Will that help people? So would you mind giving us a demo at this point, or do we have any other things that you want to
Yeah.
share with us?
Like maybe I'll deploy a React application on App Engine.
That's a
I'll
cool
use.
way. I'm a React.js developer and I would love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
let
you
me know when you are
can.
sharing the screen. I'll try to switch back to that one. Are you sharing the screen
Okay.
now, or
I'll. Yeah. I'll share it right away.
okay? Let's go on. Let me know once you have shared the screen.
Okay. Okay. It's done.
All right. Hey, there you go. Boom.
Okay. Is the platform visible?
Perfectly visible. It's all yours.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the Google Cloud platform, as most people would have seen. So first things first, I would need a link to your repository, which contains a static website.
Hmm. I might go a bit, take a break, and then be back. So the stage is all yours. All the best.
I mean, like, I didn't get your link to the repository.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to. Sorry, which repository are you talking about?
I mean, the any of your
A-
repository
Any
that's
of my
having a
React
React.
repository, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me send you something that is. Um, just give me a second. Sorry,
Yeah, sure, sure.
I'll send it to you through LinkedIn. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yesterday I did something like a React escape room. Maybe that could be a good start because it is pure React, and I'll just send over that link.
Okay.
Since I'm streaming, the system is a bit slow. I've sent you the link. Have a look at it. Yes,
Um,
on LinkedIn. Okay, if you
yeah,
open a new tab on GitHub, github.com/Praveen Science, you'll be able to find something. Okay, so there you go. That's the link I was talking about. Does that work?
yeah, got it. Let me see. Okay, I'll just copy this
Hmm.
and I'll just clone this.
Okay, I'm just gonna transition into back in the back screen. I'll be just there, but my
Okay.
face will not be there. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So once you are done with this, you can just view all those files. So you have all these files, and then what you have to do is you have to go inside.
Sorry about the name.
So no, that's fine. So once you have it, what- you'll go to the SRC. So CD SRC, and you have all these files with you. Now what you'll do is you do an NPI. So let's just wait until this gets completed. So once you complete this process, will build the file. Okay. So seems like it's almost done. Yes, it's done. So now we'll say npm run build. Okay, so now the build folder is getting created. So once you have that, you can remove all those other, you know, yeah, seems like this is fine. So let me see. And you have all those build files. So you just need to remove all those files which is now present. So we can remove src. Okay. Maybe now. Okay. So you can remove all those files, not modules. And um, where is it? So let me see.
All
Touch.
going good?
Yeah, so far so good. So yeah, app dot. So now I'll just select my notepad. Maybe just I'll just say seems to be having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Um, can you manage meanwhile I come up with a new platform?
No problem. What am I supposed to do? I mean, anything.
Yeah, anything. Like I'll just stop this screen sharing. I'll come up with a new platform and I'll just share back again.
Okay, I can put a holding page. Sorry, folks, just give us some time. Udesh is see, trying. Yeah, Udesh seems to have some technical issues. So, yep, it's on. Holding screen is on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's okay. So yeah, so is it visible?
Yeah, cool. Visible.
Okay, so I'll just paste a app.yaml. So I just added runtime and all those handlers. So once I've done with that, I'll just say gcloud and deploy. We'll just authorize it, and they'll ask us for a region where we will have to run the platform, like the zone. So I'll just, for the example, I'll just give 14, which is US Central,
Hmm.
and this will start getting created. So once this gets created, there will be a link
Hmm.
which you can access the website. So all these files, this is what is actually happening in the backend. All those files will be uploaded to Google Cloud Storage, and then it's actually a Google App Engine is actually a managed engine.
Okay.
So it's a managed service. So you don't have any overhead of using which servers. It's completely serverless, which
Nice.
means you don't have to think about what servers you need to use or managing or updating those servers. You don't need to do that. They will already do it for you. And
Cool.
even if you need to scale any instances, it's everything is managed. And in fact, that is one of the reasons why this stands out from the normal compute engine.
Got it.
So, meanwhile, this gets done. Do we have any questions?
Let me check the comments. No, looks like yeah, it's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no questions so far. Anyone, any questions would you like to ask?
Okay. Seems like the process is done. Now I'll just say to gcloud and
Cool.
browse. I guess this should work. Is it visible?
Wow, man. Yes, it is visible. Okay. Can I ask you to do some fun things? Click on the bulb. Okay, go up, click on the bulb.
Uh,
Any of those bulbs,
yeah.
the lights. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Say something, like put something.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll give
try
12.
again. Try using light 1 or light 2 for the left side being light 1 and second one being the light 2, space 1.
Okay.
Light space 1.
It's a nice website, in fact.
So I
It's
created a
wonderful.
kind of like an escape room concept in React. So try the second
Okay.
light as well and then use light space 2. So if you want to know
Yeah.
how I created this one, you can see my previous live stream and
Yeah, yeah. So this is how you deploy React application
cool.
directly into an
Thank
app
you.
engine.
This is nice. This is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I've stopped sharing the screen.
Hmm. That was indeed a nice one.
Thank you. So this is one of the simplest things or the basic things which you can even practice. So these are the commands which you need to deploy. You can just directly clone the GitHub repository into your
Nice.
Cloud Share, and then you will start do the build folder, and then you create the build folder. You remove all those except for build, and
Hmm.
then you just go for gcloud app deploy, and you mention a region, and it will just deploy it.
Yeah, that's super cool. And others, whoever watching this one, take a screenshot and share it on LinkedIn and all your socials as well, so that uh, more people will be benefited by looking at this. And any
Yeah,
other questions that Udesh wants to answer, you can please put out here on the YouTube live chat. He should be happy to answer
Yeah, always happy.
any crazy questions if you want. Yeah. So that was
Yeah, I'm
nice.
open to all questions.
Yes, so that was cool. We deployed a simple React application on Google App Engine, and yes, I did provide you a code, and you immediately deployed it. I was a bit hesitant whether this will work or not, but indeed it
Yeah, in
worked.
fact, because my cloud shell got stuck for a moment and I was not able to do the VI editor because I was using VI inside the cloud shell, and
Mhm.
suddenly for a moment it just got cloud and I mean it just got stuck and I was not able to exit
Yeah.
or do anything.
See, always hiccups will happen no matter
Yeah,
what. So that's
yeah.
completely fine. Like they used to say, I used to have like back in those days when I was studying in India. Yeah, only I in my whole family have got like 3 arrears in my engineering undergraduate, and they used to say this: a career without an arrear is not a career. So I'm happy to be having. So it's the same thing. So whenever you do something new, definitely you will find a lot
Yeah,
of hiccups. So don't
yeah.
worry about those things. It's all right.
Definitely, because as everybody stay failing is the stepping path to success. Because I have failed, definitely, I have also failed a lot of times. But like, I still fail. I mean, I still learn from my failures.
Hmm.
Like that's how you learn.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you
That's true.
don't, because you don't learn to face failures until you face a failure.
Exactly. And the reason why people are like so sensitive, for example, I have seen a couple of newspapers, news headlines saying like this person from this prestigious college who has been having such a huge reputation and stuff like that. He was not ready to face some kind of a failure, and he and his family ended their lives. I mean, you have to face the failures, only then you will be able to get it right. So this is
Yeah,
really
definitely.
important. Yeah. So yes, thanks. That's so cool, and I hope you liked my app as well. The one which you
Yeah,
actually
definitely,
tried running
definitely,
as my
definitely.
the one which I did yesterday. I also had
Yeah.
this trailer, and that was super cool, by the way.
Yeah, in fact, I watched the live stream yesterday as well.
Hey, thanks, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was awesome. Like, it's very much resourceful and informative, and I will definitely recommend everybody to watch it.
And looks like a lot of people have been giving you positive feedback, positive response as well, which is nice. And yeah, any last stuff that you want to say, last tips or last advices that you want to give to the students,
Yeah, yeah,
and we can
everybody.
finish the whole
So,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Most important thing, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes, I have given the
Most
YouTube
important
channel
thing.
in his in the description. So okay. Tell everyone about your YouTube channel, and yeah, don't forget to give a like to this
Yeah,
video as well, and subscribe to my channel too. Yeah, and
yeah,
go on, Udesh. Tell us about
yeah.
your YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, I just started 2 months back. I
Same.
mean, around 3 months back. Around 3 months back,
Okay.
when I really got my interest into Google Cloud, and just wanted to wanted everybody to learn. So I started, and even with some restricted constraints, I try to make up videos on that. So I'll try my best to upload videos on GCP. I'll just
Nice.
give you all those necessary informations you need to have practical knowledge on Google Cloud. So initially, I will be going through all those components. I'll be giving you the descriptions, or I'll be going through all those, the detailing of all those components and how you can use it.
Got
So
it.
once after that, I'll just give some use cases, and then I'll go to some project level videos.
For sure.
That's what I think. So it's very important that I would need your support because I'm trying to build a community for learning GCP. So I would definitely invite everybody's support, and I would definitely request everybody to subscribe to my channel to improve my growth as well. So that's actually an encouragement when when
When
you
someone is
will
doing
know
something,
that
yes,
yeah, it's actually something much more inspiring and in fact much more encouraging when they actually wait for your video, like when they give you positive feedbacks. In fact, I have also personally received several feedbacks from several people where they have told me about how effective it was and how it has helped them. And I feel very happy to hear all those from people, like at least it's benefiting some people at some point. And I
definitely.
hope it continues for the longer term. And yeah, and also please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Praveen's channel. And my YouTube channel's link is given in the description below. You can check it out and you can watch the videos there. I mean, I just recently started, but still I'm on the process of growing.
It will definitely grow to a big thing. So, thanks a lot for accepting my invite and request to do a nice,
In
awesome
fact, yeah,
session on this. And it was really helpful for a lot of people who are getting into cloud. And basically, I'm also a master's in cloud computing. So, that's the
yeah,
reason I really was able to enjoy a lot of things that you were about to say. And wow, that was a nice
yeah.
one. Thank you.
In fact, it's my delight and pleasure to be a part of this series because I never consider myself to be an expert. It was you who really told me that I'm an expert. I still am not. I'm still a beginner.
This is the best
So
quality for becoming an expert. So never an expert says that they are an expert, and they keep learning, 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 and it's a lifelong process,
yeah,
right? Awesome.
yeah. Learning is a never-ending process. So you have to keep on learning because knowledge never ends. Because
True.
you have to learn. So yeah, I'm very much happy to be here, and I didn't really expect that in 6 months because when you think 6 months back, I never really thought I would reach to a point or do a live stream YouTube or live stream on YouTube or even start a channel or even grow and build some networks
Same
on
thing with me.
LinkedIn
Yep.
because I never really expected, and this
Hmm.
was, I mean, maybe the want in me to grow bigger and do something big. So it should be inside everybody. So everybody should have a desire, and it's not their wish. It should not be their wish. It should be their need to grow bigger and to do something bigger. So yes, thank you very much for having me here, and this was indeed one of the most unforgettable moments of my life, I will say.
Cool, Udesh. I mean, I'm happy that I was able to do this for you. And
Yeah.
thanks everyone for joining us. And
Yeah,
for
thank you very much.
there will be a lot of new things coming up, and we will bring in Udesh again to
Yeah, I'll be
do a
happy.
lot of things. And cool. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Bye.